We turn back that way?
That way you can keep an eye ahead and be able to see.
Articles for the Albuquerque Journal.
There you
The
go.
footage is
Where are you
from
going, baby girl?
El Paso, Texas,
Oh,
and it shows three men thought to be
Going
from
where?
northern New Mexico
Oh, we'll definitely try to do that. I think that would work out.
just across the international border into Mexico and less than an hour away from Las Cruces. So I don't know, how these men popped up on their radar, why they're showing this footage, but they're thinking that potentially there could be connection, and they obviously want them to see if they can identify these men. But none of the survivors recognize any of the men. As February flows into March, the police are following up on leads from all over the United States, and the reward money is up to over $30,000 from donations. By the end of March, over a month after the shooting, the police release updated sketches of the suspects. And here, but I'm going to send you the new ones, and you can look at the old ones again and tell me what you think, like if there's anything new in this.
The younger suspect, the one with the mustache, I don't feel like his sketch changed all that much. Like, it looks pretty similar to
I don't
the
think she
original
likes to
to
leave
me.
him. I don't know.
Whereas the older suspect, the second sketch almost makes him look younger than the first one did. Like, maybe closer in age to the second suspect, but
I mean, they're definitely more lifelike.
yeah.
So I don't think this is a case where, for example, we talked about our Killer on the High Bridge episode, right? Like, they came out a couple years later and had mortgages related to the business. And as soon as the news of the sale goes public, people start to wonder, like, what if Ron's death had something to do with the shootings? Amy Hauser's mom, Gloria, actually shows up there at the auction with a sign that says, quote, non-payment may have caused 4 lives. Justice? End quote. For his part, Ron's adamant that the attack wasn't any kind of revenge targeting him or his family. He claims there's no reason for anyone to want to hurt him or his family, and he blames the press for making that theory up and spreading it around. But his behavior, again, doesn't really paint him in a great light, because you see, Ron and the Las Cruces police have 2 very, very different versions of what he did immediately after the shooting. According to Ron, in interviews he gave to filmmaker Charlie Bin for A Nightmare in Las Cruces, he says that he was at the police station every single day from February 10th to February 16th being cooperative. According to police, though, Ron didn't come into the station like he claimed, and beyond that, they always had to be the ones to reach out to him, they say. Now, Ron tells the El Paso Times in February of '91 that he took a polygraph back in the fall, and that he's tired of being the #1 suspect. Not treated like a suspect, but as the suspect.
Wait, was he ever actually named a suspect?
He wasn't. No one's been named as a suspect.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, Ron's the only person who's ever said that. And the other thing is, like, so he's saying he took a polygraph, but police won't confirm or deny that. So we've got a lot of, like, information we can't confirm or, like, conflicting stories. Just a month later, in March of '91, about 3 hours north in Rio Rancho, New Mexico, a man named James Chapman is murdered while he's working as a custodian at the Ideal Lanes bowling alley. Here's where things get weird, because wouldn't you know it, but Ideal Lanes used to be owned by Ron until 1985 when it went bankrupt. Like, to be very clear, he didn't own it at the time of the murder, but it's strange.
To have 2 bowling alleys that both have murders occur in them.
By the same guy who goes bankrupt in both of them.
Yeah.
It's strange, but once again, the Las Cruces police chief, like, takes to the press and, like, is like, listen, this is another one of those things, like the murders on the same day, or even the other murder that has some similarities. He's like, it just happens to be a coincidence, and there's no connection.
Okay, but that's a huge coincidence.
No, I agree with you, but again, without any clear evidence, that's all there is. The rest of '91 is pretty uneventful. Like, again, even if people don't like how Ron's acting or things are suspicious, like, nothing anyone can do. Police keep investigating, and in December, Austin, Texas is rocked by a horrific crime with striking similarities.
I never think about that.
And this is a case that will likely be familiar to our listeners.
Whenever I look at you and you like have a genuine smile, it pops up. And so every time I see her with it, I'm always like, God, it looks so much alike.
The building
she looks so much like you.
Set on fire.
Almost all right there is all babies, bottom and
There's
top.
one key difference though.
But
the girls
I
all
think
have their
I can't do
hands
this anymore.
tied, whereas none
Thank
of the
you, Bless.
victims at Las Cruces Bowl did.
Yeah, I just have to put it
that's
in a bag in my
true,
room.
but the gas station worker who got murdered, his hands were tied, right?
I'm sure it's not
Maybe that's
build
the
yet from
missing
the
link
airport,
between
and
these
now
two
I'm on
cases.
fire.
I mean, it could be, but
I don't think
nothing
he's getting all that hungry.
definitively
He's just
linked any of these cases together. And
He's
basically,
just
like,
ready for
again,
bed.
they're saying there is no connection. We looked at this, like, yes, this popped up and it was strange, there were some similarities, but they would not say that there was a connection. So both Las Cruces and Austin are grieving. I mean, almost in
I love that
parallel,
doll.
and both have to watch
I really do like your
in the hopes of
ribbon.
catching a suspect.
My son had an outfit like that, but it was pink that I put
Because
because I borrowed it from my sister.
Like, there was for a little bit, there was some confidential
For my
information
sister's
about the
baby,
investigation
and
that
I put my
accidentally
son
got
in it.
published in some, like, law enforcement training manuals in '92.
And it had a
But obviously
ribbon.
that didn't, like, push the case forward. It was just like this news blip. In 1993, we get a little bit of something. Like, the Doña Ana County District Attorney tells the El Paso Times that he believes someone in town harbored the killers and helped them escape. But in that same article, the Las Cruces police chief pushes back and like disagrees with them. So it's like the people who are even working this can't even get on the same page.
Right, right.
The years keep passing, and by the 5-year anniversary of the shootings, there's still nothing. America's Most Wanted does a segment in 95, but the impact is pretty much the same as when Unsolved Mysteries came in. Like new attention, new tips, then just fading interest. All through the 90s, the pattern keeps repeating while the survivors keep grappling with the crime and its lingering aftermath. In August of 99, the shooting actually claims its 5th victim all those years later when Stephanie dies from complications related to her injuries.
Oh my God.
It's 10 years after Stephanie's death in 2009 that a filmmaker named Charlie Min announces that he's working on a documentary about the shooting. So his film, which is called A Nightmare in Las Cruces, premiered in 2011 with some truly shocking revelations and brand new insights from former detectives and others who were close to the case. Now, one of the things that comes out in this is that one of the first responders at the scene that day, it was a former detective named Rose, talks about how she got word from a confidential informant about a woman named Irma saying that she actually harbored the 2 gunmen right after the shooting.
Which fits with what the DA said back in the early 90s, that he thought someone hit them.
Yep, that was my first thought too. So, according to Rose, when police went to talk to Irma, she seemed to be intoxicated, like she was on some kind of narcotic. But she confirmed what the CI said about the gunmen staying with her and how basically she said they could hear the search helicopters flying overhead. Irma also told police that the motive behind the whole attack was drugs, and that the shooters knew about a big stash hidden somewhere there at Las Cruces Bowl.
Which also fits with them, looking through the cabinets for something else.
Right. Now, she later passed a polygraph with this same exact story. But Rose went on to say that
the one with the kids turning into rats.
Like story.
I mean, it's a little scary, but
during a period of sobriety. And said
all
that
of our
she made
movies
the
were
whole
like that,
thing
like
up
The Secret of
from
NIMH.
clout basics.
Is that the one where
But
at the
aside from
end,
that
like
one
they're like
time,
standing in a
she
meeting
took
and their
that
faces
Rose's
crack open
Irma
and they like there's
story
witches
stayed
underneath? I
very,
just saw that
Kind
scene.
of. Kind of.
Or any traces
There's
of
the one that it was Angelica Houston who was the head witch in the old school one, and it's Anne Hathaway who's the witch in the new remake.
I think I just saw the.
The scene was so contaminated.
Yes, they made a remake
So
of it.
even
Yes,
if there
they
was, like,
indeed did,
remnants
because
of
for the
something, I
last
don't
4
think that
years,
would be there. And if
there's
they
no
found, like,
originality.
actual drugs
That's why
anywhere,
that new
that's
robot
never been
movie is kind of
reported.
cool, because it's not a
But
remake.
according to A Nightmare in Las Cruces, there
It's an
were
original,
some rumors
you know?
around town at some point that the bowling
Oh God, it
alley
was, yeah. Anne Hathaway.
involved with cocaine. Now, they don't go into any more detail than that. Like, they don't clarify if someone was thought to be dealing drugs out of the building or using or whatever. But, like, to
I mean,
me, this is like
Beetlejuice
a
was
whole other dimension to any kind of
another
motive we might
level.
be talking about.
Very,
For
very, very
And on
not
that
okay.
same level, the documentary mentions Ron's other son, so this guy named RJ. He was a bartender at Las Cruces Bowl, and according to witnesses,
Well, they suck the life out of
RJ
those
had
poor little
substance
freaking
use
whatever
issues
ones
related to
when they suck their
cocaine.
essence.
Oh, that's, yeah, in the
Hi,
Dark Crystal
brother.
Show.
RJ was
Yeah.
reported to be doing what the documentary calls, quote, drug transactions, but they don't clarify, like, what that
Yeah, I
means.
vaguely remember. I
Whatever
only
they
saw
are,
that one
though,
time.
witnesses allege that RJ was doing these transactions there at the bowling alley. RJ was talked to one time by the police, but then he died actually in 97. So to this day, like, none of, all these rumors or like that are kind of swirling around have ever been proven by police. So maybe this was a robbery gone bad, or maybe some kind of drug transaction gone bad. But I keep coming back to what you said earlier about how this crime doesn't feel like a normal robbery. I mean, it's vicious. Like, it
So
seems,
how you liking it? Let me
or maybe
see.
this is just like me being
Oh my
unwilling to
gosh.
come to grips with reality, but it seems like who would do all of this for drugs?
Look at those pretty, like, it looks like, when the 70s, when girls with curly hair would blow dry their hair, and it
How
kind
it
of
would
just
blow
made
out.
it just like this.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, and I literally love that look so
Valerie
much.
and Paula were little kids, and a lot of it just is us not being able to come to terms with reality of that.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So I
truthfully,
think you're probably
when you think
already
about it,
going to
like, we
do
can't
this, but
use the same
as we
logic
start to
that you or I
come
would when we're
more
talking about this
rows
right now,
to the
right? Like, in our
top,
normal
Mhm.
just
state
because
of
it's
mind,
so
like,
long and I want
you
so
have
much
no
body
idea
here,
what
can we
someone
like
in that desperate situation
stagger it quite a
might
bit shorter so
do.
that a lot of
So
the
it is
fullness
totally
is hitting
possible that
like in
this
this
is
area?
just a
Do you know what I
robbery
mean?
gone bad. That it is
I
related
mean,
to
so
something
it's
else,
kind of
but
actually
so
just doing
far,
that already.
everything is just
So they're not
that
perfectly
area,
brick laid.
and nothing has ever been
Because
Right,
the
they're
sections were a
staggered.
little bit bigger. Oh yeah, it's definitely staggered.
Yeah.
No, they're
Oh,
definitely
you're saying because of these?
they're
Yeah.
staggered, so they're like this.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like this. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's you just have to do that.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah.
But because I went from like larger sized squares to kind of slightly smaller sized squares, I have to like fit those small squares, so there'd have to be like actually more.
Across.
So they're gonna actually be up on top of some of these too, so that'll create that volume.
Okay.
So they'll be not only brick laid, but also kind of on top of the other row as well.
Because like where all this, like I would say like the undreaded stuff hits now, it would be nice if it was hitting like half
So if you know
that
anything
length.
about
What?
the Las Cruces bowling alley massacre,
I probably
you can
limestone is
report
hard for me
to
to
No, re-say
describe.
what you just said. I just didn't hear you. I didn't understand what you were talking about.
Yeah, like
I mean, I know what you mean by like. So you just want the dreads like completely shorter?
like this, like that.
Crimestoppers.
Like just at the very toppest ones that are
Okay,
gonna go back. You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay,
So
okay,
it creates
okay,
kind of
okay.
like
Yes,
that.
yes.
Okay.
I'll only do one segment of the hair. Kind of like how I did it here, but even less.
Yeah, exactly. Like how it just went shorter so that
Yep,
it
yep,
lays,
yep,
but then yeah, even less because
Yep. As we
this
come up
is
and
the
around
part
here.
where I always feel like my head's
And be sure
too.
to follow us
That's
on
where I want my body all the
Yes,
time.
so that's like what I was already doing.
That's
Okay,
what I was
didn't
saying. That's what
understand.
I was saying. I was
I
like, you're
thought you
probably
were-
already doing this,
Yes,
but
yes,
that,
yeah.
I always just
100%.
want to say it as I think of it because usually your instincts are to do what I'm already going to say.
Yeah.
But I hate to be to the end and be like, oh, I should have said.
Yeah, you always say something because I can stop and fix things.
Right, and,
or
then,
undo
and you haven't
and
even
redo.
gotten there yet. But I was
Yeah.
just thinking it out.
That
'cause
is what I was
never-
planning on doing. Oh, the only thing is I don't want to make your dreads any shorter than this right here on this sides area.
That's fine because that's
then
just that
it
much
will
shorter.
be too much loose hair.
Because
yes. So what I'm doing is by the time we get like right here, it'll be about that length.
And then once
I
it
wanna
grows out for
stagger.
like a month too, it'll be looser at the
Well,
scalp and it'll
also-
all soften up.
And all this is gonna like all the loose stuff is gonna just pull up a little bit, you know.
Yep.
The second your baby starts standing, get them in Pampers Cruisers.
I don't have to hide from the
360
camera
diapers.
anymore.
Is he asleep?
Pampers Cruisers 360 have a 360-degree stretchy waistband that makes diaper changes easy.
He might
And they're
just
harder for your baby to
also
take off because
go
they
and lay
don't
in
have
his little bed.
traditional
You could
diaper
try
tabs.
that.
Also,
With the
try
light
new
and stuff
Pampers
off,
Free
and
and Gentle
sometimes
Light
he will
from
put himself to
100
sleep.
Just for like perspective, this is what her hair looks like. Her hair is short, and this is her hair. And so this is what I'm adding. So I'm giving her all along. And obviously this is the process. This is like halfway through, so there's going to be it'll be a significant amount of hair on top.
better. Apple pie a la mode. You get
He'll
premium
do what he
vanilla
wants
ice
to do.
cream and cinnamon
But
spice
he
apple
rolls to
pie
his right when
wrapped
he
in
wants to
sweet,
roll.
soft dough. Each
So
box
just
has
make
6
sure he has room to roll to his right.
And there's only around 80 calories per piece. Plus, my mochi is gluten-free. I love that they're the perfect couple bite dessert treat. Just enough of a
You don't have to put a
post-dinner
blanket
sugar
or
fix
anything
for
on
me
him
and my
because if he's
family.
not asleep, he
Feel
might flop around
joyfully
and twist
chilled
himself
with
up.
every bite. Find
But
all
sometimes he just like will put himself to sleep.
families who've never met, who've never had any other connections before, together. Now, something I think that is interesting about this, though, is that the Henleys and the Doles actually react a little differently because where Patty is convinced, and I mean 100% dead certain that the girl in the photo is her Tara, even though the FBI analysis isn't totally done yet, the Henleys are a little more cautious. And I don't know if it's like an emotional protection thing or what, but they're just a little more reserved. Yes, it looks a lot like their son, but they're not willing to say it's 100% him.
Okay, so I know that they disappeared within a couple of months of each other, but is there any way to narrow down or like confirm that it's possible for these two of them together at the same time?
So there's one way that they can do this, and they actually want to research a little bit more into the Polaroid itself to see, you and I like grew up with Polaroids. To me, they've just always been around. But around this time,
Right.
was like made and distributed. So law enforcement reaches out to the Polaroid people to like get this information, and they find out that this specific type of film in the picture only became available in May of 1989. So the photo had to have been taken after that. So it's totally possible that these two in the image could be Tara and Michael. But even with that, I mean, again, it's just kind of confirming, okay, yes, possibly, but the Henleys and the Doles, like, all they can do is wait, because they have to wait for the expert analysis to come back from the FBI to give them the, like, definitive answers that they're looking for. But the problem is when the results do start coming back in, the analysis isn't actually definitive. Now, I know the photo gets taken to the Los Alamos National Laboratory, which is this like super renowned.
I really hope you remember to feed the chickens.
But I've actually seen about what they come up with. So, according to the Albuquerque Tribune back in 2003, John and Patty say that the National Lab told them that based on the ears and the hairline, the girl was definitely Tara. But in 2008, the Albuquerque Journal reported that the lab
Oh, hold on, yeah, please.
no, it's not. So, I don't know whose version to believe, or maybe like with additional time and testing and tools.
Okay, if you need to, now you can.
All those years later, either way though, there's no like pure consensus, not from the National Laboratory or
Oh,
the
okay for
FBI.
the moment.
In
Thank
August of
you.
1989, the FBI says while they don't think it's Tara, they're not able to like 100% conclude, you know, that way or the other.
My hands are starting to get a little bit tired, actually, I think.
And Patty can't
Bet
accept that.
so.
She won't accept that at some point, and I wasn't able to clarify exactly when, but sometime during this agonizing summer of searching for answers, she actually gets Scotland Yard over in the United Kingdom involved, and they do another analysis of the picture, adding to the confusion because Scotland Yard says, yep, it's definitely Tara. And all of this back and forth is beyond heartbreaking, but Patty and John never give up. Even after the photo's initial burst of publicity dies down and the prospective leads go nowhere. Because to Patty, she believes that her baby girl is alive and she will stop at nothing to bring her home. Tragically, though, for Michael Henley's parents, they do bring their son home. Not
What's that?
alive,
Do you want me to do
but
anything?
to rest.
No, thank you.
His body was actually found in June of 1980 up in the mountains about 7 miles from where he actually disappeared. And according to the magazine, Michael died from exposure.
All that's dirty, yeah. There's a plastic bag in my room that I've been putting stuff in.
That doesn't change a whole lot because if it's not Michael, that still leaves the massive question of
Mm.
Well, and also have to consider the
Do you really?
Yeah. Of course, it's a real picture, but I'm remembering now looking into this a little bit with the Zach's case, and it's really cool.
I'm not gonna try to step in when I don't want these.
Alright, I'll get another one.
I'm trying to slow it up.
what do you mean?
I mean, like you said, you can't really see if either of them have been tied up. Like, the kids, their heads, their feet, they're kind of posed that way, but there's no visible rope or handcuffs or anything, and they aren't as, like, tensed
Never
up
baking
as you
soda.
would expect, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm remembering an article specifically mentioning how both the boy and the girl don't have like redness around their mouths that they would have if they'd been there for a long time, like irritating their skin. Plus, people posing for a fake picture is nowhere
I don't know what you
near
mean, honey.
the
What
end
numbers
of
are
the
you telling
list
me?
of the weirdest things we've ever learned. So, I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not something that I put a lot of thought into or consider, but I guess it's totally possible, considering we still, I mean, to this day, don't have 100% confirmation of
There's so many
in that
things,
picture.
right?
But
That are just
regardless, faked or not,
Like what?
the image stays
Like,
with the Doles. And
the
haunted by
tornadoes
this
and
photo and their desperation for
hurricane and
answers, Patty and John stay as
in
involved
Las
as they
Vegas,
can
a
with the
volcano
investigation.
hell
And in
fell to the ground.
1991, they actually
just
go
crumbled.
through the training to
And
become
then
auxiliary
In
deputies in the
Yellowstone,
Valencia
there's
County
water,
Sheriff's Department.
the water's
I didn't know
boiling.
this was like a thing you could do.
And then,
Sign me up. But I
in
couldn't
Iceland,
find Valencia County's requirements, but I did get the
volcano
current
just
ones
erupted,
for a nearby county.
and
And basically, you just have to pass
there's
back
something else.
with the
There's within
There's
a
a
certain
whole
number of
entire
hours,
list of
go through
things
this
that
like
are
reserve
happening.
academy.
There's like
Get law
earthquakes
enforcement
This is what I wanna show
certification.
you.
I mean, it's not just something
So
you
I'm
like
getting
sign up
two more. I'm
for.
getting
I saw someone say that they think that a really gnarly earthquake is going to hit here in the Oregon area. A tsunami will hit the Oregon coast sometime by not November.
It's
Ow.
very intense.
Well, there I go. I just did it.
You need a Band-Aid?
I just made the puncture.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was just one single. It was just a puncture.
Poor
The
girl.
skin is just really thin on my
Good, yeah.
thing, right?
Yeah, it's awesome. That is. I'm not. She's like, maybe in a week.
Yeah.
Our whole
Listen,
family
I'll do hair. You pay for it, I do hair.
Our
You give me
whole
money, I
family
do hair.
dreads at the end of this.
That's where I used to.
I like it. You cut the arms?
Yeah, I got them off. Yeah,
Tea tree and new roll.
yeah
Off
very
the
cool.
shirt?
Yeah, just the hay.
Did you hear? Like I was just telling Mom how many things are happening right now.
Quiet down there by them. Don't talk in the hall.
In Iceland, a volcano just erupted, and then in Yellowstone, the water's boiling somewhere, like in Yellowstone Park, where it shouldn't be, obviously. And then, like the tornadoes in Florida, as long as Helena and Milton, and
There
there's
was
something
120 tornado warnings yesterday in my hometown, and 75 made landfall.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was just seeing videos of it, and then there's earthquakes, and then in Las Vegas, two hotels in Las Vegas just crumbled to the ground.
Wait, what? That's where what's the face just went today?
Yeah, they crumbled to the ground for no reason, I guess. Or maybe there was like a earthquake or something. So many things are happening. I'm scared.
This is the beginning of it all.
The beginning of
Mm-hmm.
the end. It's terrifying. My worst fear in my whole life is that I will fail.
Why wouldn't you? What have you done in your short 18 years? You know what I mean? There's absolutely nothing you could have possibly done to like not, you know? Don't be a silly goose.
Well, like, also, you're supposed to live a life that's supposed to be, like, that's supposed to glorify God, and I feel like
I think you're only 18 and you do.
I feel
You
like
literally
I
are such a
lived
shining
life
example for people your age especially. You are absolutely living a Christ-like existence.
Is your back okay? Did I take the baby test?
And that's like the most important.
Did it fall asleep?
Yeah, so I did that.
So he's asleep. I told you, sometimes he'll just lay there and put himself to sleep. That's his little
Oh
heart.
my gosh.
I could tell when I kissed his little face that he was ready.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much, dude.
I've been trying for so long, it feels like, to get a few extra minutes so I can be 1 hour ahead tomorrow. So I only have to do 3 plus my reading and my Bible verses. But I feel like it's been taking forever. Like, okay, twice in a row, I've added up my time, and it says I was at 14 today. And then, yesterday it told me I was at 14. And then today it told me I was at 13.3.
Take screenshots of it.
That's true, yeah.
Huh? I can't
Yeah.
handle it.
Get up and walk around.
I will after a bit.
Ah, God.
Is it the cat?
No,
I
I'm
wish I
stabbing
had-
my fingers.
I should have gone and got
Just
you
getting
that.
tired and stuff.
Well, why don't you wrap it up with that dread and we'll have to finish. And then you can get home and check on your babies. I mean, it sucks that you would have to come back out, but
I don't mind. I just don't want to leave you hanging. Like, I can come tomorrow, right?
if you for sure come tomorrow,
No, I'd really rather come tomorrow
that's
and get her
fine.
done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, then that gets your back a break.
Yeah, and I would have stayed and finished tomorrow, you know, but I like have to go back because of my dog. Especially like now it's starting to get, I like really do need to go. Okay, sold me. I'm just terrified of Orly. He's never outside alone. He's tagged to a lead right now. And, you know, like, there are cougars and stuff out there. I don't want my dog outside at night alone.
That's crazy that he did that.
So the thing is that, like, I can't be mad until I find out what happened. You know what I mean? Because, like, I don't know yet. Yeah, I know, but like was getting on an airplane. He had to like rely on this person who's not reliable to get him to the airport. I was supposed to take him to the airport.
And he forgot to remind
And
you.
I forgot this morning that I was supposed to do that. I didn't know today was Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh, it's fine. Amy will take me, no problem. So that was fine, you know, but it was just like a different change of plans. And then, you know, it's just like one thing after the next. And he forgot to put him inside. And I know that he wouldn't have done that intentionally. So the fact that Orly's outside is an accident, but it's just like an accident that just like cannot happen.
Yeah.
So now for the last, you know, couple hours, I have no shit been absolutely stressing out. And the fact that I stabbed my fingers, like, thank you for saying that, because if I had just kept going, which I would have, you know I would, just keep going until, like, whatever. But my fingers are going to start bleeding, and I'm going to get really, really, really cranky. And the last thing I want to do is be cranky while you're cranky because you're getting sore.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then, like, I just don't want to be, like, doing that. It's just not good energy, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, I don't want to...
That's fine.
I don't want to be like, because I'm not going to be nearly as gentle, and so like I'm going to be more rough, and you're going to be more sensitive. It's just a really.
I'm
It ain't
fine.
good.
I was fine to do it across a couple days as long as we did it like across those couple days. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
want to do this
okay.
and then see
I was
you in
scared.
a week. Or
No,
like
yeah,
at
that's
the
what I
end
was
of a
afraid of.
weekend.
I thought you said you were busy tomorrow, so like I'm sitting here stressing out that I can't come back tomorrow.
No, because I had to take him to the dentist, but I had Maggie do that today, and tomorrow I have someone coming here to do the dogs, but I don't have to leave.
Okay.
But the weekend, but Saturday and Sunday suck because that's
Yeah,
when
no, I can finish it by
other people-
tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll have it done by tomorrow. That's not a
Perfect.
problem. Yeah, no. The rest will be done by tomorrow. I would have been done tonight, but it's just I should have started 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning on the day one instead of like 11, or you know, try to shoot for 11 but do it at noon, and then, you know, the washing of it took an hour and a half, so that like set us back a little bit further, and then also, you know, it's usually Elliot is the reason that we take a long time, so it's kind of like refreshing that it's not my kid's fault that I'm taking twice as long, you know? So it's you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it's just being mom to a baby, needing to take frequent breaks. 3 days is not a big deal for what we're doing, you know? This is a full-on overhaul on super short hair. Ow. Oh my god, thank you for suggesting I leave, because I really
Yeah,
would have just
what's that?
stayed for another like 4 hours and been really miserable and upset.
No, I think it's good for my head and for your
Yeah.
hands and whatever.
Yeah,
Just
I'm
pick
just
it up
so
tomorrow.
grateful. Thank you so much. You have no idea how like perfect
Of
that
course.
is. It's just perfect.
And then you'll get home with enough light to
Vim and
see.
vigor, yeah. Hello, Molto.
Hello, father.
Where did your kid go? She's so quiet.
Oh,
She's out back.
She is quiet.
What?
yes, I can.
She's really quiet. when she
How old
does
is she?
that. 6.
Oh, okay. Damn. Lucky.
So I got an up 30th.
And I got an ADHD boy.
Oh yeah? Lots of energy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just let me know like when you're like.
You got
15
so
minutes
lucky.
long and I'll drive over or something.
No, I got was this t-shirt. He's incredibly smart, though, so that's cool. You know, take that. You know, all I have to do is exchange my sanity, but that's cool.
Bag me there.
I think it's
I'll
really
be
great.
there
I'm
by
a preschool
7.
teacher and a pre-K teacher. And there's one little boy in particular in my class.
Okay.
He's super, super
Drive
smart.
safely.
But he can't
Yeah,
be still at all.
Can't be still.
Which is super unfortunate though, because in a class of 10,
You can't give him that amount of attention.
it's just like, well,
And so my son can
For
hold
how long?
court. 12 people. I've
He's
seen
just
him
coming here for a while and
interact
taking
with
back?
all 12 at the same time. So, like, that's incredible. A skill to have. I am proud of him, and I can't wait to see what he does in the future. But boy, oh boy, is it hard to give him the attention he needs.
Have a reach and stuff, please.
there's
But-
some really amazing like
Give me two.
sensory tools you can use nowadays, and I would really love to get some for my class. But number one, they're not really approved of. Some of them would be, but a lot of them wouldn't be. Just because just my facility, I think. But also, I just don't have the money to
So
do
they
it.
do
It has
that.
to be all out of my pocket.
Right.
You know, single mom and all that. But
Right.
The last
So
two,
there's some really cool
madame.
things that I think could
And
help,
your precious
especially
fluffy
when
Thank
kids
you.
are having like circle time or when they have to sit at their chairs. Like there's really cool bands you can put on chairs for them to put their feet on and they're bouncy, so it's quiet.
Because like they could be choking hazards.
No, they're like big huge bands on the bottom of chairs.
They're for your
But the
feet,
ones that
like
are
your body.
approved, could they be like because of choking hazards?
It's not because of that, it's because my director doesn't want them in the facility.
That's odd.
Which all child psychologists would tell you it's normal for them to have to move.
Yeah,
But
that's how they
Then it
learn.
would be, but they don't want the kids to be fidgeting with stuff when they're supposed to be doing other
I
things.
think it's
Mhm.
good
They
for
don't want
them.
that.
Yeah.
I feel
But
like
actually,
we
it's proven that when they can be moving while they're doing something else is
It-
when they learn
Learn the
better.
most.
I understand, but they've been open for 47 years and she's not about to change her mind.
No, yeah, this isn't. This is, and it's also it's not your. You know, you're just a teacher.
There are other things like for circle time, like if I could give that, I'd have to but it's like I'd have to buy 10 of everything. So 10 of the chair bands, which I can't use.
Yeah.
10 of the toys that are quiet that they can fidget with while they're sitting.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just, and again, it's not the end of the world, but I just don't have. I really
Well,
don't
you know
have
what, with my
something.
kid, so now that he's like 9, what I've been explaining to him is that, you know, to be quite honest, the world is not going to like always provide exactly what you need to be comfortable. So you need to learn resilience. And the most important thing is impulse control. So if you can just take literally a split second before you just do the thing, if you just take 1 second first, and is this something that I should do? You know, like that's like what we're really like we're talking about. We're using
And it's
impulse
such a-
control in
it's
sentences
such
all
a
the time.
hard topic, though. I mean, I'm 40. And
I'm
I-
just now learning impulse control. I'm 42.
I was like, I
40
am
as well.
barely learning how to regulate my own system. And it's
Exactly,
so
and I
hard for me
still
to
don't
figure
do
out
a
how
good
to
job.
properly engage her in a way
Yes.
that, you know, and
Yeah, exactly. It's so hard to learn how to be a person while teaching someone how to be a person.
And every kid is different, and they're not the same as you. So how they need the regulation, how they need the sensory.
You literally are repeating what I just said like the other day. I was like, you know, every kid is different. They're all like little locks. And as soon as you
she
start
said
to
it's
figure
phonetic,
out the
so
like
I don't know
lock,
what it
click,
is.
click, click for your kid, they change the lock code on you. They grow up a little bit.
Is I have preschoolers and I have pre-K, so they're everybody's being taught at
What length is it?
pre-K
I'm
level.
trying to get.
Yeah.
Not
Just
dumbing
so
down,
you
we're
said
like raising up. But that makes it really hard
Why
for
can't
the
she send it to you?
preschoolers, I feel like, because
I don't know.
they should have a lot
I can give you
more.
her phone number,
I
and
think
then
they
you
should
can
have a
text her
lot
and she'll
less
have your number.
structure. Do you know what I mean?
Yes,
That
absolutely.
gap is just so different.
We do. We unschool, so unstructure is like my thing.
So yeah, it's just kind of one of those things. It's a tricky thing.
All right, so this is where we're taking a break. Yeah, dang. Looking good. Oh my god, it looks so good. You literally cannot tell at all. It blends so perfect with your color. So this is her hair. So we're doing that. but look how beautifully this color just blends. Like, can you believe?
Yeah, so I can see.
Mm-mm.
She flashed me. She flashed me hard. I want you to have this awesome.
Oh my god, it looks so good. Like right in the middle of your butt like that. And I'm just like super not kidding. Lean forward a little bit. Like on your knees. There you go, just like that. Boom! Nice. Looking good. Looking good. Oh, I forgot to stop recording.
Oh, okay.
Oops, sorry. I was like, really, she's looking freaking hot. It looks hot. It looks so good. I can't believe that, how good the colors, I blended them from, so I've been taking 2 colors and trying to essentially just make this color out of those colors, and I think I did a fucking really good job.
Gosh dang.
I know, right?
Good blend.
It looks so cool. I'm proud of myself.
Yeah, man. That's really, really good. It's excellent on the ends, too.
Let me take a after photo real quick, or a midway photo. I'll be right back.
I sent you the.
You almost lost your girl there. Oh. Okay.
Get off that hard chair now. Get up.
So
Get up.
now that we're done, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna drive home. I'll pop on here whenever I get back home and let you guys know me at home and safe and stuff. Okay. Love you. Bye.